Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. And yeah, let's get into it. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone's well in YouTube chat here. Hope everyone is well in Zoom chat. Let me see how most systems go. Let's see what's going on. Already people are just typing straight at me. Gold. Relax, relax, guys, relax. Cloud is already in the chat saying any trade so far. Already trying to stir shit. Relax. Relax. Where's your trades over Asian session, huh? Because DJ dumped. Does anyone know why I dumped? Because I know why I dumped. But I'm just testing you, just testing. Testing to see if you guys know why I dumped. But yeah, spread the hate. Let's have a look at Forex Factory on a great Thursday here. So we have CPI all day. How do you make CPI data all day, man? I mean, what is that, man? How do you make that all day? We're gonna release data all day. Bank of Japan intervention? Bank of Japan? No, it was only one member. One member said something. Good morning, King of Blue Lines. Thank you. The Blue Line King. Later on, we do have unemployment claims. This is a pretty big one. Bart Simpson on higher time frame. No, I think that's Head and Shoulders, not the special Bart Simpson. It wouldn't be. Yeah, basically clean day for us in terms of this. Bitcoin at 64. Yeah, it was crazy. Did PM say something? No, it was two things. Okay, and I'm gonna show you this. Okay, so this is nuts. I wonder if we can see. I want a few more people in here. So we're going to talk about this a little bit. Oh, there we go. Gmail got it. Ah, very good. This guy. Good job. Yes, that is the one. But I want to show you something super interesting, okay? But first we need to go and do the analysis. So we let a few more people come in and then we will discuss. So yesterday, as I said, on high time frame, we did have this kind of head and shoulders pattern here, but refused to break that easily, right? Refused to break that easily. We had a deep retracement here. This 4-hour candle open, no top wick on daily open and flip down bearish. Current daily has no top wick here. Has top wick on other brokers, so I'm not going to consider that. But definitely a lot of bearish pressure as we had market open here. Continue towards the downside. Now we're sitting kind of back at this range here. Now, what's very, very important is, obviously we've had resolution towards the downside. Unfortunately, this happened over Asian, which is always frustrating when it happens over Asian. Because, when we come to London, it's like, okay, screw you, we're going to move. But this is a news move here. So it's very hard to say if we're going to get continuation during London or if London wants to reverse because this news is somewhat priced in. So this is something we need to discuss and try to analyze here. But this is all going to depend on how the market participants price in this news, okay? And if they price it in by being overly aggressive in saying that Bank of Japan, trying to get that generational trade, trying to feel like the Bank of Japan will change policy, then we are going to see this continue down and continue this resolution. Based on technicals, obviously, we're bearish, previous daily bearish, previous 4-hour bearish, session bias is bearish, and continuation is what makes sense here. So if we bring back drawings here, we're sitting on top of an old 4-hour resistance here. We do look like we want to try retest around somewhere around this 4-hour resistance here, support, sorry. That's probably the max level for the session. We could go past it, but in terms of technicals right now, that's our next target on 4-hour. This one here, we could use as a watch zone, to be honest. I'm sure that is going to be something on lower time frames. Anyways, 1 hour is very clean here. Just a clean shot towards the 4-hour support. That I think is going to be that zone that we're looking at. 15, how's 15 looking? 15 also looks pretty clean here. Just a rejection, but this is being tested here. So I guess this support is going to be a 15-minute level here. And if I go on 4-hour, does that line up perfectly? If that does, that would be nice. Oh, yes, it does. So it lines up pretty accurate towards that 4-hour. So that's okay. That's basically my markup, and that's the ranges I'm looking for sells. Now, if we can remain below 190 on 4-hour time frames, that is where you're going to see probably the bears take control and we start to try maybe down into the deep 188s here. We could see price eventually reach back into these zones here, 188, 900, even as low as back to the range highs here, where we saw a major accumulation come from, somewhere around here, somewhere in this zone here, which is 188, 600. And if things really want to get crazy, we'll maybe come retest down below in these lows here, right? So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, we could see that heavy movement coming into next week. But if this candle flips and starts to get back above where 190, that is where we're going to see upside actually, and that is where we're probably, if we can remain above 190, I'm still bullish. So above 190 is bullish here. I'm still bullish, and I'm gonna tell you why. How much we got? 339 people in here. Let's do gold, and then we'll come back and explain. I want more people to hear this so they can hear the type of information that I consider in my trading. So looking at gold on the other hand here, gold's still stuck in the same range it's been stuck in since the beginning of the week. As you can see, daily is really trying super hard to get back above this range here. We still have not had a daily candle closing above 2036 here. Once we do get that, I do feel there's going to be a move. Today we have unemployment claims, can give us a resolution. If a 4-hour candle closes on volume above 2039, then that's going to be a major breakout. Today we could get a heavy breakout here with news and continuation and find ourselves, you know, filling this wick here at 2044, which is a massive range. In terms of price right now, being at the top of the range, it's pretty messy here, pretty untradeable at the top of the range. I don't want to buy at the top of the range, nor do I like the idea of buying at the top of the range. I don't think it makes sense. But there is probably a session trade which would be kind of forcing buys above this zone here, especially if you can get some sort of support. You do have around 8 pips to there and 15 pips to the top of the range, and that would be it. But you know, we're prone to fake outs at this time, so what would be perfect, see this candle close above right now, next candle come back in the range, and then anything relieving this resistance here, that's going to give you your move to retest it, and then that's the end of it. That's as you know, as far as you should be looking for until we get higher time frame candles closing outside of this range. But I do think there's a possibility for resolution today. Selling, we need more structure, of course. As you can see, the sells have been quite tough here. They're always being bought up here until we get proper change of structure from the top of the range is where we're seeing those sells play out, which could happen, but it's not going to happen right now. It's going to happen a little later. Going back to GJ now, I can discuss about, now we have around almost 400 people in here. We can speak about the Bank of Japan. So yesterday overnight here we got this dump here. Unfortunate, it's a beautiful trading zone. So annoying that was taken up overnight here. That was a juicy zone, man. That was a super juicy zone. 2 LTAs, and you can see the reaction. But the good thing is that it just made another LTA to be filled, and we had one of their members call Takata. He basically came out and said price target finally coming into sight, and you know, we can consider about policy. Market of course gets all excited. Oh, Bank of Japan kind of changing policy, and then they go and they try to start dumping and dump it around 70 pips here, 80 pips, sorry. And that's what we see happen. Now, he is only one member. It is not the whole Bank of Japan. So until we see multiple members of the Bank of Japan agreeing with this hawkish side, only then will we see continued JPY strength. Second of all, if we look at the data that's coming out, we can see that they still have what? Where's Thursday? Thursday. We can see the Bank of Japan core CPI came back higher than hasn't come out. Why they haven't given that back? They need to give me the data. Let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. Let's see. There we go. Core. You can see it came back what? 2.6. This is why we're seeing that hawkish data come back, right? Is because we're seeing it increase from previous. But this is why, you know, one guy says, oh, okay, we're, you know, core CPI year on year, we're increasing inflation. This looks good. Although, yes, this does look good. They're still not out. We're not seeing wage growth. We're not seeing other members agree. We don't know where this inflation could come from. This could come from manufacturing side. This could come from export side, which won't really, we don't know if this is sustainable. So we need to see at least 2 to 3 months of consistent inflation going up for them to be out of this deflationary standpoint. And we need to see other board members on track with them, right? So yeah, it could be well planned as well. Exactly, man. Exactly. You're right. You know, this is, and then he comes out and says the speech just to try bring some strength in. So we could see that continue. We could see that continue here, and see how the market takes that. So as long as we remain above, below this 190, I do think sells can make sense. And I think it could be worth a shot to try below this range here. If we can get something closing below this range, will give us the confirmation. We have a 30-minute, 1 hour, and 15-minute close in the next candle. And that's what I'm interested in right here, is to potentially get involved on that hourly close. Hourly closing below here will give us nice information, since the hourly candle will carry the trade, since the hourly is pretty clean here, and then the 15-minute as well. If this just shoots through here, then I'm going to wait for resistance below. I don't want to be the first person to sell, because remember, this is caused by heavy news move. This could just end up being a liquidity grab, fake out, close back above 190, and you could see it retrace all the way back up to here, exactly like yesterday. Comes down. This is like a non-trading time here, where I don't take trades. Everyone probably tries to sell. You see it come back in the range, go to the top of the range here, just to end up dumping later. We could see something similar. It's possible. It's possible to see something similar. Why is this possible? Because it's early. So I don't want to just take it break of this low and have to run stops above the range. Probably I would have to run stops at least 29 here. Running it here a little bit risky, because if this just rejects, comes back, retests up here and come down, then I'm going to be stopped out. But once we have the close, we don't expect it to break the high, because this candle closure is doing what all of these candles could not do, and no candles could close below a 4 hour, especially around a 4 hour zone. I don't really want to be taking just break of low entries around a 4 hour zone. But yeah, that's going to be my plan. I think the 1 hour will give us great information here to be able to see what we can do with that. And yeah. So I think, you know, in terms of session, it can make sense for sells, but higher time frame, I'm still bullish for now. Even though a bit of data came out slightly positive, it's not really changed too much here. We have not seen data come out about positive wage growth. We have not seen consistency in terms of their de-inflation. So this is more pricing in. Now, we can see how sensitive the market is towards Bank of Japan, right? We can see how sensitive it is to the Bank of Japan is, not the Bank of Japan, but market participants are on speeches from Bank of Japan members. They are extremely sensitive. Anything indicating any hawkishness in the JPY, hawkishness means supporting their currency here. We are seeing super strength come back into the market here, right? We are seeing strength come back into the JPY, and we're seeing that happen just based off speeches, not even actual data. So that is super, it's showing that everyone is waiting for that pivotal change and trying to look for that life-changing trade where they catch the top, right? But we don't have any confirmation of a top being put in just yet. No change of structure. If you look at, you know, you will have time, right? You don't have to catch the absolute top. If we look at pre-Brexit, right? This is pre-Brexit, GJ. Right, we could see that once the top was put in, there was time here, right? You could see it making a reversal pattern on weekly, right? And we now have this to use as our advantage. And realistically, once we have that major break of structure, then this next weekly candle closes, that's enough in itself a generational trade. So, you know, we have room. We could pop up to 194 here long term. How far we pull back first, I don't know, but 194 can happen. You know, that can happen. So yeah, that's the analysis and rundown. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. If you did enjoy the analysis, you guys know the drill. Can we do the YouTube business? 430 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. And yeah, if we can leave a like, 74 likes at the moment, 400. I think we can get it up to 200. And then I don't have to ask for the YouTube business. You guys know the drill. Hate to say it, but part of the game. So yeah, we can see how sensitive the market is to any Bank of Japan speeches. So this tells me that if we start to get in the next few months any type of hints from the Bank of Japan without data but just speeches, we are going to see heavy pullbacks. But until the data comes out that these pullbacks are actually supported by real data of wage growth, of inflation, staying high sustainably, only then can we trust that, okay, this might be an area where we can look for continuous sells. Otherwise, these are just opportunities building us pullbacks to continue up bullish, higher time frame. We bullish on 12 months, 6 months? Yeah, we're still bullish until we start seeing data come out. They will offer price? Yeah, they will try. That's what they're doing. I actually have a video coming out this week on YouTube about Bank of Japan manipulation. It's going to be a great video. Is your browser set up to 100%? Yes, it is set up to 100%. You can see top right, I think. Let me see. You can see here, 100%. When will spots open in your exclusive group? Just check the website here. There's a countdown timer, so 23 hours. Tomorrow, the spots will open and you'll be able to join here. So, yeah, we'll be happy to have you in the group if that's your plan. I will open, as always, 15 spots. So, it'll be first come, first serve. We'll do it like how we always do it. BTC giving us nice lobster? It sure is, man. It sure is. So yeah, one thing I would recommend is if you're joining, this month will be good because we're doing a featured psychology webinar, right? So there's going to be a really like an in-depth psychology webinar that a lot of gurus would charge a lot of extra money for. I'm not charging extra. Not only do you get the group for a month, you will also be part of that webinar, no additional cost. I'm not marketing. I hate to market like that, but I do want to make you aware of the opportunity. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can. Do you think MetaTrader Terminal will close? There's no reason for them to close. They are a software company who decide who they want to do business with. They do not want to do business with US clients. Why? Because, it's just due to regulation and things, but they shouldn't be acting like a regulator, but at the same time, they don't want to get in trouble, so they're just choosing not to do business. What will we get in the group? Be specific, please. That's exactly why I sent the website in, because there's a video explaining exactly what you get in the group. You get my Zoom calls. All the guys are in Zoom now, which you get no delay on stream. And then after stream ends, the Zoom continues. You can speak to me directly, one-on-one, ask me questions, let me review your trades, review your setups. You have access to the NY chat all day. We're discussing in the group different feedback. You get back to my, the backtesting tab. Oh, so many stuff, man. You get a massive discount to Pip Labs. The list goes on, man. The list goes on. Journal, spreadsheet. Yes, that is in the free group, actually, right? If you go join the free group, and you can see it in resources. You're happy to have a look at it in resources, and you can see the journal there. You can make a copy, do what you want with it. It's up to you. I hope this candle closes below here. It will give us high probabilities, but just the 1 hour closing bearish like this is going to support. If this just pops up and closes above this resistance here, a little bit fishy. But would be nice to see if we could get the close below in 3 minutes. Bro split or push pull legs? Depends on your availability. 5 times a week, I think you should do I think 5 times a week you should be doing a variation of a bro split. I don't think bro split is good, but I think a variation on a bro split should be good. Something like push, pull legs, rest, push again, but do like a shoulder orientated push, and then do maybe one more leg session, like a more hamstring focused leg session. Like that's more of an advanced split. But if you're going 6 days a week, yeah, then push pull legs, pretty basic. Like that's how I run my split. Is I run it like I run a push, and then I run a pull, but my push is chest focused, and then legs, quad focused, then rest, then push. Then I do a upper body work, so like push and pull together, but more orientated towards shoulders. And then I do legs again, but hamstring. So that's more of an advanced type one. Thoughts on daily no top wick? I'm just checking my broker now to see if that's the same case for me on my broker. No, I have top wick on my broker, man. Yeah, we already passed previous daily level with no close below daily on 4 hour. Isn't it a risky spot to sell? Yeah, but everything points down. It is a little bit risky because of news, but everything is pointing down, right? So that's just what we have to deal with. Like, I don't know. My job here is to take risk, and if everything's pointing down, I'm not just going to be scared to take it, because technical analysis is saying price should be able to make its way towards the downside. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. It's okay to be wrong today. Today's not an easy day because we've had news overnight. So that can skew probabilities here for sure. You know? But in terms of where we are sitting at now, we're below this daily support here. We have range down to the daily. 4 hour does have range once we can get below the 4 hour. Right? So if we can get a little lower here, you know, break the 4 hour wick, then that's where we could see some more continuation here. Harry is voiding gold? No, we did a whole gold analysis in the beginning of the stream. Like I said, this candle closing above here, if the next candle can now pull back inside the range and then re-break these highs later, you can have a scalp, but that's about it. Gold is at the top of the range. Alright, we open pushed here. That's unfortunate. 1 hour here, no steep top wick, just open push. No close below the zone here. We didn't get the close below the 4 hour resistance. You're selling right into 4 hour resistance. The worst place on the chart you can sell, right into resistance here. Yeah, I just was hoping this candle would close below here. I think even if it I don't think I would jump into this. If it made a steep top wick, that's the only time it would convince me with a steep top wick, because this is barely a wick here. I want to see if I have a wick on my broker. Yeah, same. It looks same as Owanda at the moment on my broker. But yeah, if this candle can close like this, where it is right now, then that will be perfect for me. What happened with gold? Yo, that's weird, bro. That's a data feed issue. We could see a steeper top wick come in here, which would be nicer to see that happen. Bit fishy this. Why does previous resistance zone become support? Because when we see price make a resistance, when it leaves that resistance, it's not been tested. So when it comes back, it can test that as a support. Right? Like this hasn't been tested here. So if we leave this, right, we could come back and retest this as a support. It would only be tested as a resistance. Wow, that's 19 pip stops. That's interesting. Bit of volume is back to see 19 pip stops. Long time since we've seen 19 pip stops. 5 pips to here. The whole move here is 25 pips. See if we can get a thunderstorm. Thunderstorm right now would be great. Then we can enter on 5 minute, right? We can just rely on momentum here to enter on 5 minute if we can get a thunderstorm. And then we don't need to wait for the 15-minute close. What's a thunderstorm? It's one of my setups. It's one of my setups that allow me in trending moves like this. Let's say we're just breaking down here. We don't have a 15-minute candle closing below the range. So just taking a, like you don't want to make excuses in the market. You don't want to say, okay, 15-minute didn't close below. Let me now wait for a 5-minute. Oh, 5-minute don't close below. Let me now trade on a 1-minute. That's like the worst thing you can do, because now you're just breaking your rules and just finding an excuse to take the trade. So instead, what we do is we say, okay, fine. If we have a 1 hour bearish close, 15 is closing bearish, 30 is closing bearish. Obviously, we have bearish closures. They're not below our zone. So that means I can utilize a special formation on the 5-minute to find what? To find an entry. Right? And in order to find that entry, I need to wait for structure on the 5-minute, which is what a thunderstorm is. Thunderstorm is a form of structure on the 5-minute. So it ends up not forcing a trade, right? You end up just waiting for a certain setup. All right, that's closing with a rejection there. See if that 1 hour top wick wants to come in now, make a steeper top wick. Give me a sec, I'll be back. Also, I forgot to mention today is the last day of the month, so yeah, there's no need to force anything. There's no need to force anything last day of the month. You know, we normally notice the last day of the month, first day of the month can be a little bit slightly more inconsistency, as the monthly candle tends to make its bottom wick, top wick, all of that stuff. But doesn't mean that it's not just a normal day. So we just have to be, and I also think I'll withdraw. So yeah, what I'll do, yesterday in New York session, we took a small gold scalp. So I will risk what I made in that gold scalp if I take a trade today. That way I'm already accounted for what I'm going to make this month. So what I'm going to make this month is that plus or minus a little bit extra, and the minus will be the gold trade that I took yesterday. Do you guys take some trade in NY? Just a small gold scalp, yeah. Can you show me the trade if you can? Yeah, I will in a minute. Trade was this. Break of these highs here. To get up into here, it was 4-hour open. 4-hour made a bottom wick. There was a really nice zone here on 5-minute. Look how the 5-minute closed above. And that was the position. Break of high, use current candle bottom wick, and boom. 17 pips it gave. Closed at around 11-12. How did your month go? My month now is around 8% now. Running around 8%. Better than last year? Yeah. Around the same actually. January was way worse though, so I'm already way better than last year because January last year was basically like 1-2% negative. So it's already a big improvement because this January I was around 6-7%. Yeah, February in the beginning was definitely tough. A lot of break evens, you know. That's why it's not. That's why it's. It could have been actually quite a slow month for me if I took this. If I took those break evens as losses, I think maybe I would have just broken even this month. You're a good trader, man. Surprised I didn't run into you earlier. Thank you, thank you. Been watching you since yesterday. Already learned a lot. Great. I can clarify to that. I did take those SLs. Unfortunate, man. How much did you risk to reach that 8%? I've been risking this month between 1-2% actually. Just because there was so many break-evens in the beginning of the month that I didn't have a chance to utilize my profit, because it normally how it is like you can have beginning of the month where you make profit, and then you can start to risk that profit by risking 2-3%, which I'm comfortable risking anyways. Or get more break-evens, right? So you can risk more and then be more aggressive with break-even and take break-even. But since the beginning of the month was full of break-even, I just wanted to build a balance without going negative from the month before. So that's why I was like hitting 1%, 2%, 1%, 2%, just to keep things, you know, rolling here. I probably could have gone, if I went super hard this month, yeah, I could have done it, but It's just February here. It's just February. You know, we have a long year ahead. I don't want to burn myself out in terms of mindset and stuff like that, and put myself under a lot of pressure. You know, trying to risk a lot so early on in the year. I'd rather make a balance, and then I can utilize that balance. Is the psychology webinar this week? No, I didn't have a chance. Yesterday I was up. That's why my speech is a little bit slow, if you can hear today. I've been up really late last night fixing my PC. Had to go to the shop at like, 10, 11 o'clock, and then get it back, and then set up everything again, put the wires. It's a big headache. But it's all set up, new cooler and everything. Seems to be working much better. See what temps are doing with everything running. Yeah, 54 temps, that's good. With 7-8 softwares running right now, it's not bad. What happened? I had to change my cooler on my PC and add a few things and check a few things. It's a complicated story. All right, look at this candle here, 15-minute rejecting. This is why patience pays, right? This is why patience pays, because if we just jumped in on a 5, we'd be in drawdown. In drawdown and not too sure what to do, right? Because if this 15, especially if this 15 candle closes back above the 4-hour support, that would suck. That would suck. Also, Moray, I'm making a big presentation for the psychology webinar, so it takes time, man. It takes time. It's not just some quick psychology webinar. It's actually fully thought out and structured, and etc. I add 1 lot size every time I make profit and reduce 0.5 every time I take a loss. The problem I have with that is that if you reduce every time you take a loss, then you're not going to make back the loss, because that loss would have been on a high lot size. So I think it's always best just to stick to the same. If I risked $1,000 and I lost that trade, the next trade I'll risk $1,000, so I can at least be break even. And then that's just a percentage of my account. So screw the monetary amount. Just think of it as percent. If I risked 1%, next trade I'll risk 1%. Bros, reverse martingaling. Yeah. Not double down, double out. Yeah, if you do that strategy, then you need to be an RR trader, right? So it's up to you what type of trader you want to be. You want to be a consistent trader that looks to get from point A to point B. That's the way I like to trade. I just like to get to point A, point B, be done. Or are you a trader that focuses on RR, right? Are you looking for risk to reward and don't mind your win rate being slightly lower? If you guys enjoying the stream, be sure to leave a like. What a 15-minute close, what a fake out. Yeah, exactly, right? This is why we waited for the close. So I want you guys again, and you've heard me say this, to take note that, hey, today I waited for the 15-minute close and I was actually safe. A lot of you guys have FOMO when you see the 15-minute drive down. But that's bad profits even if you took it because of this scenario. If you're stuck in this scenario in a trade, you have no probabilities with you right now. The probabilities are against you. But at least if we waited for a 15 and it reversed on us, doesn't matter. We had probabilities, right? We had a trade that we can trust. But just entering impulsively, you are betting. It becomes from a trade to a bet that the 15-minute candle needs to close below now, right? So don't change it from, change it from what you... I can't even speak today. I was up way too late, man. This is ridiculous. Try to... It's so hard. Change it to trade based on what is the rules. Yeah, I can't put this together. I need to think about it. I'm way too tired. I can't even put it together. And what I'm trying to say is trade Not betting on what the next move is gonna happen, but trade based on what has actually happened. All right, there we go. Right, don't try bet on the move, but trade based on what's actually happened, right? Because that's how I don't trade saying, okay, I'm gonna enter here because market's moving, but my trade will only make sense if this ends up closing below. And then if it doesn't close below, that's a gamble. You basically take in your probabilities of your trade, and at some point in that trade, it's now become 50-50. Because yes, it might have been 70% winning, 60% winning in the actual time, right? But when you start to see price reverse on you and you don't have the confirmation of candle closure, then now it's becoming 50-50, because 50% this can close above, 50% this can close below. All right? Trade what you see, exactly. This is a setup 3. No, it's not setup 3, it's a rejection. Sorry, MT5 is too loud. Can you say again? No, I can't speak. What I was saying is that when you're taking a trade and you're hoping for the candle to close below, if that candle starts to come back, you've taken your trade that was higher probability and now made it 50-50. Because 50% chance it closes above, 50% chance it closes below. So you're gambling with probabilities. The time you took the trade, yeah, it might have been 50% chance that, might have been 60-70% chance that it's gonna, continue down. But when that starts coming back on you, the probabilities change. But when you have the close, the probabilities don't change. That close said it's 70% of the time that's going to win. Right? For me, around my average 75% long term. I know my setups work on average if I'm being, like, I'll have months that they're 90% on stream here in London. I'm obviously way better in London, but I take trades in New York as well. So over a long term, my win rate averages out at 75%, I would say. So I know that following my rules, 75% of the time I should be right. So I know when I have that close, I should at least have 70% chance of being right here. But if I'm just hoping for it to close, at any time that probability can change. Ooh. Good morning, Harry. I just started learning about 4 weeks ago and still playing with paper money until I'm confident, still confused about trailing stop numbers from Scotland. Yeah, don't worry about trailing stop. Just focus on the basic. 4 weeks is nothing. This is going to take some time to learn this skill. Don't worry about trailing stop. Just focus on keeping your stop loss and looking for relevant targets. Let's put that on WAP. Yeah, we can. 30-minute close here in 10 minutes. Ugh. Alright, 5-minute did not close below the support here. No top wick on the 5-minute. Yeah, I think I would like to see this 5-minute make a top wick and then close somewhere deep here, and then breaking this low can give option, because now we have structure. We have retested the range here. If this thing really wanted to go up, then I would expect it in either this candle to do it, like it flip with no top wick, start to go up, and that will be your fake out. But if this candle closes bearish and we start breaking the low and that's re-breaking the low, that's where I think we have the downside move. And then 500 is going to be a watch here. Worst comes to worst, we sell below 500, to be honest, and I'm not too upset about that. 500 is always a good level to sell below. Key levels, so I mean, we're not missing out on too much. Like, if we don't get a chance, you're like 4 or 5 pips. Yeah, I mean, actually, break of low, how much do we miss out on? Like 3-4 pips, it might just be worth to wait for below 500. More confirmation. It's tough. Now we also have a level here, right? This would be like a B point. Yeah, let's see what price action does here. How's this? Closing to ending the world's last remaining negative rates. Yeah, that was the news that came out. It's just very, very, very hyped, you know? It's very hyped. It's not true, all of this stuff. There's no data to support it, so it's just trying to price in. Sheesh. Well, here's the 500 tap. Look at the reaction. So I think if we can close below 500, problem is where's my stops gonna go? I think I just have to run like a 14 pip stop here. Damn. And this is just pushing through here, not giving me a way to enter at the moment. No top wick on this candle to give me an entry break of lows. No 5-minute close, no 50-minute close. 50-minute rejected just to close back down below right now. So we just have to wait here, just have to wait because nothing is following the plan at the moment. No LTA. Yeah, we had an LTA here, but this 50-minute close with rejection, you know, it's like right here, everyone, we were all saying what a rejection. Thank God we weren't in the trade. And now it's just ended up playing out. So it's very hard. But I wonder if they decided to stop reverse all of a sudden, would that encourage people to buy houses before they get expensive? No, that's a good point you make, man. That's also a good point you make. I'm sure some guy has considered that. If they haven't considered that, they should have. But what's the impact that's going to happen, right? You're going to see major markets, you know, come down here. All right, look at this rejection, man. Last 2 seconds here. Rejecting from 500. I think the play is going to be a close below 500. Pretty simple play. I think it will be close below 500. We use this 30-minute support as a watch and rely on volume to push through it. It's the same 15 level as well. Yeah, just rely on volume to push through it. If it doesn't, then we'll be break even. Or if we just get stuck in a reversal, then that sucks. How do you actually make a trading strategy? You just backtest, man. It comes all from backtesting. You find something that makes sense. You find an entry trigger. What's going to trigger you to enter a trade? What's going to trigger you to close a trade? Where's stop loss going to go? And you backtest that. Or you just let people like me who's already done it, put the information together and just test it out yourself. You know? Are there any free platforms for backtesting? You can backtest on our platform Pip Labs for 1 month for free. So you can use 1 month of data, but if you want to backtest properly, you will have to pay. The thing is, to make a backtesting platform, it's expensive. It takes a lot of time. So that's why many of them are not free, especially if you make an innovative one, like the one we have at Pip Labs. That's why they're not free. But we do allow you the demo, right? So you can try it on 1 month of data. But then if you obviously want to backtest different months, backtest different pairs, then you need to upgrade. Or join the group? Yes. You can get it for cheaper. Want to see if this 15-minute candle can close below this 15-minute support here. Remember, we have a 15-minute support right here. How is it on the 30? On the 30, it is clean. If this opens nice top wick, I might try a wick fill. Haven't tried a wick fill entry in a long time. With this type of volume, it could work here. But we do need a nice top wick for that type of entry. Very sus zone. Not the easiest zone, but a lot of momentum here. If we don't give it a shot now, then when will we give it a shot? Right? That's sometimes your job. Remember, I'll just risk yesterday's gold trade. So for me, it could be worth the shot here. And if I lose, it's okay. I'm not focused on win rate. Alright, we open up. Let's see if we can get a steep top wick here. Would be perfect. For a wick fill here, we need to see it grab liquidity to come down here to get that wick fill. Otherwise, it could just go down here, retest, and then reflip here bullish. Like it just did. If not, 5 closing below 500 here could be a shot actually. Break of 30-minute low. Unlike 11 pip stops. That's that bottom wick, right? It could flip easily bullish now. That's why we wanted a bigger top wick first. So I guess now the trade will be break of the lows. Because that's your wick fill done. So we would have been break even. Yeah, this is classic, man. Yeah, 4 or 5 pips break even and then that's it. Wick fill done. And now this is the problem. This is why you want the steeper top wick first. So you don't get stuck in this. Because this sucks now. You know? This is a big problem if you're in a trade with the wick fill. Look at this. Ah, that would have been so nasty. Doesn't like that 4 hour? Yeah, it doesn't. I think if we can re-break it, that's going to be the move, right? That will also be the 30-minute low. That'll be the 15-minute low. That'll also be a 5-minute break of structure here as well. I think that's going to be the move. Like our best chance, if we're going to take a sell, I think that's going to be the best chance here. Right? That original plan of something closing below 500. I also feel if we can re-break the low here after making this nice steep top wick, that could be nice. That could also be very, very nice here. How much did I gain last month? Last month I gained, this month you mean, or last month? Last month with January I gained 6%, 6-7%. Which platform is best for funder trader, DX trade or C trader? Whichever one you want to use. It all achieves the same thing. Hey man, the scammers in TS group, are they getting banned or removed? Yeah, you just have to stop friend requests. We've managed to ban the Tradesharpe scammers now because there's a verification system in the group. But you know, anyway, it's a public group, so what they're doing is that they're joining like a public guy, like you, the same way you joined, and then they're DMing members. The only way I can stop that is to make a private group, right? That you have to pay to get in, because they're not going to do that. So just ignore their DMs, you know, just ignore their DMs. No matter what free group you go to, you're going to have that because it's a public group. But I paid money to get a verification system made now. Now there's a verification system in the group here. So they have to verify. You have to go through a whole verification system here. So yeah. And just keep alerts on the group, right? So make sure your alerts are turned on for, like, you can go to the group here and you can click, you know, only mentions, right? Only mentions, because I'm the only one in the group that can mention. All right. This is interesting here. Four minutes till this candle closes here. I think I'm going to give it a sell when we break this low here. Give myself a little high risk shot here. When we break this low, it shouldn't need to retest. I'm going to put stops above that retest, tight stop loss. Yeah, and try sell once we break the low. And run stop loss somewhere around 600, 620. Because after this now, we shouldn't need to break those lows. Yeah, especially after this now. After this retest back into the zone and then pushing up. Now if it flips back down and breaks it, that's what I think will be my best shot today. But of course this is more of a riskier option because of where we are, but I'm happy to give it a shot. Let me calculate yesterday's gold trade and then this. 12, 13 pips. If this thing ends up faking out, then we just kept safe. That's that. Pretty simple. I'll be extremely surprised to see this now reflip, break the low, and then flip back up. That's just a very unlucky. Then we'll just be very unlucky. $490 is 4-hour support. Yes, we'd be selling on the re-break of that. After it made a steep top wick and retested many times, right? Because we would have retested the top of the range here twice. And then we retested 3 times here. So why would it retest twice? Just to go and break the lowest low here on a bearish trend. For liquidity, yeah, but we're not bullish today, we're bearish, right? That's bias. So if we just get caught out in a liquidity grab, we're just extremely unlucky here. If this candle closes strong bullish like this, then we'll wait for a close below 500, yeah. Because then we don't know where to put stops. So it looks like it'll close strong bullish here. And, or maybe not, we'll see. Let's see, 33 seconds. But if it closes strong bullish like this, then I'll wait for a close below 500. Because then I need to see a resistance form. And I don't want to be caught out in this next candle bottom wick to here, trigger me, and then flip up and break the high and continue bullish. But if we get a close, then I can put stops here, enter break of low and continue. Alright, that's a strong bullish candle. Probably going to delete this sell here and wait for a close below since we pushed bullish. I initially put that sell as we were reflipping back down, but it doesn't seem like we're reflipping at the moment. We'll see. If this thing starts breaking down, then maybe I'll, aggressively sell on break of low if I feel like there's a lot of volume in here. Give me 1 sec, I'll be back. Setup 5 could be next move. We've closed bullish. Setup 5 for buys or for sells? For buys is a while. We have to wait till back probably above 190 or at least this resistance here. At least for back above here. This could just retest and then still continue down later. Can you have a look at gold? Yeah, we can see what gold is doing right now. Yeah, that's that move I was looking for. So remember I said don't take the first breakout, wait for the pullback. That's the pullback, but now it's a little bit tough. You need to wait probably 2 minutes here. For me, it's not worth it. This range is not worth it. Around 8 pips on gold for around 18 pip stop loss. I'm not really interested for 8-9 pips, but if that excites you, 8-9 pips, and that's something you want to try scalp, then you can, but I don't really recommend it myself for 8-9 pips and around 18 pip stop loss here. I don't think it just makes sense here. But that's the move. You see, if you just took the first breakout and put stop loss below the lows here, you're done. Absolutely demolished. Then the second one is the one that goes. Right, you could have taken it on this 5 as well if you were a little bit more aggressive here, relying on that being the liquidity grab. And then now you could just be aggressive with management. At least here you have 13 pips for 14 pip stop loss. So that makes a lot more sense 1-to-1 in terms of range. But remember where we are, right? We're at the top of the range here. So trying to ask for a lot here, it's not really the best idea, right? We're right next to 4-hour resistance. Look, we're right here sitting at 4-hour resistance. This would be your break-even spot. So it's not the nicest zone here, right? So I'd be careful. 500 is strong right now, holding us. Have you ever thought about investing in an EA to automate your trading when you're off the charts? Anything possible side not to replace your manual trading? Well, here's the thing, right? So obviously my strategy is you could code it, you could code it, but the problem is that that would be useless because it's pretty simple to trade my strategy. I only need to show up realistically. I need to show up one and a half hours a day to be able to take a trade during the week. So if there needs to be a bot, I need to design a bot that trades when I don't trade. Okay? So when I'm not seeing any trades, it's able to take trades. That's the ultimate combination. But if you're following some guy with an EA showing you results, it's probably fake. 90%, I would say probably higher, 95% of the EAs out there don't work. And we have people in our private group who are extremely experienced with EAs, probably almost 10 years worth of experience in only doing EAs, and have also now included manual trading. And there's a reason why they've also now included manual trading, right? Not that it's, better, but at the end of the day, there could be more opportunity in manual trading because also a lot of hedge funds and stuff like that prefer manual trading. But apart from that, EAs are extremely advanced things, You're most like, I'll tell you this. If I would be very surprised if you guys go follow some guru online and buy his EA and you make money long term. You'll probably lose it all at some point. EAs are good to make 1-2%, very small percentage gain for big liquidity. Yeah, that's fine. I've seen that work. But yeah. For gold, why were you waiting? Wanted that pullback liquidity? It already had a good push, exactly. No, it's just London, classic London fake out moves, That's what I remember you keep hearing me say, London breakouts don't work. It's exactly why. Look at this dump here. No top wick close and then dumping back down. I think same plan is going to remain. It's going to be below 500 here. Same plan. This could be a nice liquidity grab to give us the trade below 500 here. Right? Because 30 minutes is still open and 1 hour is still open. So London open, if this 1 hour closes deep, it could be still fine here. If not, this could just retest here, retest somewhere here and flip back. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. Yeah, at this point it makes it really tough, yeah, because we have wide stops here, 680 stops. What is that, 20 pips? Yeah, 20 pip stops. Come on, look at that calculation, man. Come on now, come on. Now Claudio sounds like YouTube chat. I prefer close, man. I prefer close. Break of lows, very aggressive. You're using current candle stops, You're using just the current candle higher stops. Could pay off here, but it's extremely aggressive. Yeah, I think you could get away with a 15 pip stop here. Look at this dump. This is a crazy dump here. See if we can get this 5 close. 2 minutes? Probably not. I guess break of low here is an option if you wanted to take that. Last day of the month, I'm not too fussed. Break of low to run 20 pip stops. I don't know, let's see. It's just straight on 1 minute. Ugh. It's very tough, this. This 5 close could give opportunity. Inconsistency move, yeah. Come on, don't do it last 50 seconds, man. Where's stops? Stops is hard here, man. Stops is hard. You just have to run a very aggressive stop just back inside the range for this to make sense. There's no point of running stops all the way up here, you know, it would just be super, super tough. You don't even have that range. You don't have 20 pips to the downside. You have 13 pips to the downside. And that's 4 hour support. Look at this last minute rejection as well. Yeah, you just have to trust the range here. Trust 500 and trust the range. Closing 5 minute inside the range or 15 minute? Will be 5 minute because we don't have a 15 close. This 5 minute high as a stop loss? No, you would just... Yeah, I think breaking the low, if you want a very aggressive scalp entry here, breaking this 5 minute low here and stop loss just back inside the range could be an option. This is... It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yeah, I might try this very low risk here. Very, very low risk. Hasn't broke it on my broker. My broker still hasn't broken. So we'll probably break it somewhere down here. Look on my broker, it didn't break it, see? Literally right next to it. So I'm looking at my broker, right? This is really aggressive entry, so I'm just gonna go lowered risk on this type of entry. Just trying to use momentum here. See if we can get continuation down to the 4 hour support. Stop loss is a very risky stop loss here. It's not really the smartest stop loss, but I don't mind. End of month, I've accounted for it. It's just going to be back in the range, 14-ish pips using ASP. The reason why I'm okay using that is because I have this here. I have this 500 here to protect my trade. Then anything closing above 500, I can just be like, no, thank you. If it doesn't break in this next 50 seconds, then I'll wait for the 5 close. 1 minute is very close to it. Ten minutes before London Open, yeah, do you expect London volume to give you the push? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this 5. I'm gonna wait for the 5 now. 47 seconds here. I think it would be smart to wait for the 5. Just in case it wants to break it, and next 5 minute makes very steep top wick here. 36 seconds is something I'll be willing to wait, because I don't have FOMO on this move. Yeah, let's see if we can get top wick next 5 minutes here. That's what we need, top wick and then break of lows. And then that's what I'll be interested in. All right. Now I feel if we can break the lows, we can use this as a management point here and be aggressive on the scalp. Remember, this is aggressive scalp. Don't tell me if you're not understanding how to take aggressive scalps. All right. Got triggered there. Just running an aggressive stop back inside the range here. Trying to get down to this 4-hour support. We'll use this spot here as break even. That is a 15-minute support down here. If I start seeing it reject that, I'll kind of be like mental break even. Because this is an aggressive scalp. So I'm going to be aggressive with management. Nice little pop here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop loss to this 5-minute high here. You can see us reacting off it there. So I'm just going to move my stop loss to this 5-minute high here. manage risk. If you want to go break even here, you can go break even here as well. That is also possible if you don't want to take that. But I'm just going to manage instead. See if we can survive the open here. That's what I'm looking for, to survive the open. Because that's what I'm saying. Aggressive scalp here. I'm going to be aggressive with management. So now I've even half risked basically. I've half risked. Stop loss is above 5-minute high. Should be okay. So even if I take this, it's a very small loss. And that's the shot I'm willing to give myself here. That is the shot I'm willing to give myself. Now we just need London to carry through here and give us a nice push down. If we can close below this small support here in 14 seconds would be perfect. All right. If this doesn't bounce off entry, I'm gonna close break even. Okay, if this comes back to entry, I'll close break even. All right, I'm stops at break even if this comes to entry. That retested entry, it shouldn't need to come back to entry now. I'll basically be mental break even here. That didn't bounce to my entry. It bounced there, but that didn't bounce on my MetaTrader, so I'm still in. All right, cool. Right, stops are at entry now. Stops are at entry. Stop loss at entry, break even trade, whatever happens, happens. So let's hope we can get a bit of a push here and see if we can continue this London move down. I just want to be careful that London doesn't go and grab deep liquidity from the upside. This is why I'm aggressive with break even. Remember, it's an aggressive scalp, aggressive management. And that's it. Now I don't lose nothing. If this stops me out break even, it stops me break even. And that's how you take aggressive scalp. Give yourself an option, get to a safe position, and now let probabilities do the work. Hopefully we can survive it. And come on, survive it, please. Yes, good. Come on, flip back down. Flip back down for Harry. Give me at least 15 pips here. Something nice. Something nice for us. Come on, we deserve it. We deserve it. Yeah, a little bit slow here, a little bit slow. Lacking in volume. Just need a bit of a push. Just need 5 minutes to break the low. Come on. Alright, I got tap BE here. As you can see, tap me out, break even. I did put it enough to cover a little bit of commission, but we avoid this drawdown, right? That's why we went break even. So there we go, man. Break even trade is what it is. I'm happy with the management, and this is great management because look at this. Immediately would have pushed us into drawdown here. Remember, our stop loss was adjusted here, and yeah, I don't want to be lax with this type of trade, but yeah, closed out at break even. And if this flips and goes, it is what it is. But remember, we're taking a trade on an aggressive break of 5 minute low. So I'm going to be aggressive with management. I move stops down, and yeah. I got stopped at B. Yeah, everyone got stopped out at B. If you're still in this trade, you shouldn't be in this trade, I think. Then you're not following the plan that I sent to everyone. So B trade, and I think I made the right decision here. I do think I made the right decision because this drawdown here would have been worrying me. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, just a B trade here, covered a bit of commission, and look at that drawdown we avoid here. As you can see, closed a little bit below my entry here, just to cover for a bit of commission. And that's that. Pretty easy. So I think you guys kind of learned a lot about how to manage a trade, right? How to manage a trade is very important, right? Because like that, we avoid a loss, but still can give ourselves a shot. Because if that ran, boom, we would have been in a great position here. But we avoid this London pullback, right? Which is why you heard me at London being very aggressive. Okay, I'm getting ready to go to break even, blah, 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 blah. Right? So, yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. So I'm happy with the way we managed this. I think we would have been in deep shit if we tried to hold this. So a lot of education in that trade. Yeah, look, I'm very glad we did that. Would have been straight to SL if we didn't do that. What about gold now? Gold, yeah, I told you had 8-9 pips. For me, it was not worth it, that 8-9 pips. 8-9 pips was not worth it. Rejected 4-hour resistance, you know? And that's it. Great manager, you rock. Yeah, I'm glad. If we just sat there and trusted this too much, then that would have been a loss, right? And that's what I want you guys to understand. I'm here doing, not every trade is going to be something super straightforward and simple. I want to give myself sometimes some shots, right? If I see 5-minute breaking down after liquidity grab, there's no reason I won't give myself a nice shot towards the downside, right? I'm not just going to hold off because I'm scared to take a loss or I'm scared that YouTube chat will hate. No, I don't care. But I make it as clear as possible that this was a risky scalp, aggressive management. You saw halfway through the trade, we moved stop loss down to 7 pips. As soon as we pushed in profits and started to get into those watch zones, London Open came, and I knew that London Open can have a pullback like this. That's why I put stops at break even. Right, and we close at break even. Pretty simple. Like, I'd rather give myself an opportunity than not. And if we had a little bit more momentum today, that would have been an easy winning trade for sure. Mate, there's no daily top wick. There is on my broker. Cheers, man. See you next week, brother. On the upside, thank God February is over. Well, hopefully, well, to be honest, it's just a new month, but hopefully, I don't know, hopefully a monthly candle does something. Think it will go down this session? Yeah, I think it could do, but not in the entry that we had, right? Not in the entry we had, not ready yet. Oh, NY session you said. Yeah, yeah. NY could do it. Indeed, you're right. Look in other brokers, there's no top wick. There is top wick on this broker. There's top wick on my broker. There's top wick on this broker. So, I mean, depends, you know. We're pretty far down from the daily open, though. We're pretty far down from the daily open. Celebrate tonight with raclette? Nice. We still have Friday. Should it pull back to grab liquidity? It can do indeed, it can. This could just be a top wick of the 1 hour, but not something I wanted to be involved in, right? Not something I want to be involved in because I don't know how high it can go. Right? It can pull back 18 pips? Yeah, it did pull back around so far 18 pips, yeah. So that's how much it's been so far, so as long as it respects this resistance up here, it can still continue down, but I'm not taking a 30 pip resistance here for a 9 pip target. No, thank you. I'd rather just be out. Well, not 9 pip. We had a bit more. We had, yeah, 12 pip target. I was running 1-to-1. Had like a 12 pip stop, 12 pip target, adjusted my stop to 7 pip stop, and then just got out break even. Pretty simple. Is liquidity grab concept legit? Depends who you're watching liquidity grab concept from. Right? If they're telling you they're stopping your stop loss out, they're hunting your stops, that's all BS. That's all BS. If you guys enjoying the stream, be sure to do the YouTube business. Would appreciate it if you guys could press the like, get the likes up to 300. I would appreciate it. Next month, we're going to be doing giveaways. As always, we do beginning of the month giveaways. We'll be doing Pip Labs. Pip Labs has a huge update coming. I can't wait to show you guys. We have something that's going to come in Pip Labs that should help a lot of you guys. And yeah, you know, we also have a Discord server coming for Pip Labs. That will be great for management and all of that stuff. And yeah, it should be good. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to leave a subscribe. Constantly posting value on the road to 50k. Can get to 47. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content here and you want to benefit from my weekly videos and watch that content as well, feel free to leave a subscribe. You know the drill. Hate to say it, but that's all my YouTube business. Now I don't need to say it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed my YouTube business. Yeah, that's the classic gold fake out. This is why I didn't want to take buys on gold today. All right. Took a sell on gold. Yeah, selling top of the range. London Open has this attitude when it's trending. Sometimes it's kind of 50-50 at London Open. So depends on how we want to see the London banks price in the move. They can continue the move, continue the selling, as then they put a lot of strength on the yen, or they do something like this and retrace it a little bit. We're still, you know, we could still continue down later. Just because this is a pulling back now, it could just pull back higher, create setup 5 or setup 2 later, and then we can continue down bearish. I thought at least we could come back and retest 4-hour support. That was my plan, and that's why I gave it a shot. We came close, but no cigar. I'm happy with that shot. I think it was worth it to try and see what happens. Have you ever full margin before? No, I haven't. I actually had to ask someone what happens when you full margin. They said they send you an email. But if you full margin, do they close your positions? Or do they allow you to keep it open and just send you an email? I've never put myself in that situation. Maybe I have to put 50 bucks in a 50 bucks in an account, and they blow your account, they close it. Yeah, but let's say I'm full margin, but I still haven't. Let's say you have a, I don't know, $1,000 account, but you're full margined in terms of leverage, but you're in $500 drawdown. You still have $500, right? They won't close it until you go below that. That's what my understanding is. Until you below $1,000, only then they close everything. They close if your equity is less than free margin? Way before? Really? Trust me, bro, GJ is doing a retracement to go higher. It's likely going for 195. Bro, you don't need to tell me. I'm probably the biggest GJ bull that there is on the internet. My middle name should be a GJ bull. I'm super bullish on GJ long term, but we're trading a session. We're trading a couple of 5-minute candles. A couple of 5-minute candles can go up and down here and there, but that doesn't mean that now I'm bearish on higher time frames just because today I look for sells. Alright, liquidity grab candle on the 5-minute here, closing bullish. 15-minute has also closed bullish here, back inside of the range. Yeah, this is now turning into choppiness. Can buy GJ now? No, I won't recommend it. I was wondering what happened with my email here. It's because it logged me out. Not very good when it logs me out. There we go. Are you in any trades? We tried some sells, but got stopped out at break even. Will you give setup 1 if it closes above? Yeah, it would be a setup 1 if it would. Problem is I haven't done my analysis, so I'm trusting your analysis. Previous daily bullish, bearish. 4 hour is bullish. You'd have to watch that 4 hour resistance zone up here. There's a resistance right here. You probably want something closing above that resistance, which is also a small 15. Yeah, you have 4 pip range. 4 pip range is what you're playing with. So just be careful. How much did it do breaking of 500? What time zone you in? It would be GST, Gulf Standard Time in Dubai. And suddenly price is now chilling, not moving. Bad sign for sellers? Yeah, it's just chilling now. I'm probably going to call it soon, to be honest. We can see it's just chilling. Harry got that sleeper build though. Thank you, thank you. What level will GJ be ready for buys? In my opinion, I think a back above 189.906 will be great. Yeah, now it's just a waiting game. I think we're gonna be around 193 this week. This week ends tomorrow, so if that happens, it's gonna be some mad price action. I tell you that much. See you, Didier. Take care, brother. Yeah, price is just ranging now. And yeah, we need to wait for something a bit more. Price is just ranging. We need resistances to form. It's not really doing much. Volume has seemed to die here. So yeah, it's just, nothing we can do. We gave it a shot when the volume was hot. Volume died down. We kept safe and that's it, right? So now we just need to wait. Now it's a waiting game. We'll wait for more information and we'll pick it up from that. So it's going to be me for today, boys. Well managed today. If you took the trade with me, congrats on the management. That is a win in itself. We avoided a nasty loss and we're keeping safe at the end of the month, preserving our profits. Congrats on February. Has been a profitable February for stream, been a profitable February for myself, and I can't complain. So if you've had a profitable February, congrats. If you haven't, just look to what was causing you not to be profitable. Was it emotional trades? Was there something flawed in your plan? And work on that next month. You have next month, you have the month after, you have the month after that. There is no rush. Focus on building your plan, focus on building the strategy and understanding, and you'll get a lot better. So I appreciate everyone showing up today. Hope you guys enjoyed February stream. We had a lot of fun times, a lot of frustrating moments, a lot of nice moments, some great trades as well, some great pushes with news and all of that stuff. So yeah, I appreciate everyone as always, and I'll catch you guys hopefully tomorrow. With that being said, take care, trade sharp, and peace. Yes, sir.